Let's begin with Andre tweeting a picture of the wonderful tourist trophy. Andre, how satisfying is it to be up on top step of the podium once again?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great relief for the whole team, you know, and not an easy day. We lost one car, and so it was very crucial to be back at the top of the podium. You know, we had a good start yesterday with the pole position, but we knew it was going to be a tough day. I think we had some luck on our side as well, that number one Porsche had an accident because they were quite fast, but still, it's part of racing and sometimes you need it. I think we did the job. Our car had zero issues, zero problems, it was great to drive, so fantastic reward for the whole Audi sport crew that worked so hard over the winter to develop this car, which was not easy, and also our mechanics barely having sleep, so you can see tears in all their eyes because it's such a relief, so great way to start the year.
Talk about those early laps, your first stint, where you could really compare the opening pace from your Audi to the two Porsches.
Yeah, it went well, the start was okay. And then suddenly I saw a kind of mirror coming closer and I asked on the radio, who's that? And I said, yeah, it's a Porsche, so I was like, that's bad news. And not much I could do. He probably used his boost to overtake me because flew by me quite fast and tried to keep up, but bit by bit he was taking off. So they were fast, but like I said, it's part of racing. Sometimes you get a bit lucky.
Benoit, taking the middle stint, about halfway through, you had a small spin with at the same time as the 8 car was having some issues. Was that a driver issue from your side or a car issue?
No, it was 100% my fault. I was pushing too much, enter into a corner, really too much on the brake, and I lost it. And that's all, quite simple.
And the fight with Mark after the restart. Firstly, a great fight. Secondly, were you aware that there was a yellow flag zone that you were kind of entering?
Yeah, it was very tricky, you know, because you see the flag. It's too late most of the time, so you have to pray and say that it's okay. And then after the car was pretty good, I found a way to drive the car, because the problem is I didn't drive much before the race. But after a few laps it was okay, and the car was pretty good to drive actually, and good fun. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Good stuff. Marcel, you took the final stint. Just how hard was it to manage the energy and the tyres for that double stint at the end?
Actually, it was not a complete stint we did on the tyres, but for sure in the end it was quite tricky because it was easy to collect some pickup on the tyres. I was moving a lot. So I could feel that actually the peak was gone a little bit. So actually I didn't expect that the Porsche has to stop again. So I was trying to push as much as possible, and yeah, in the same time I looking a little bit about the tires to not overdrive them. Yeah, and then when Neil pitted again the last time, it was a little bit like okay, now I can breathe a little bit.
Yeah, we heard you on the radio talking with Lena, and you asked her to be quiet. So was there sometimes a little frustration when you've got so much information coming from the pit wall that you just want to focus and get those laps in?
No, you know, actually, sometimes if you know it will be a close race anyway, sometimes you ask for information really to need, but he was that time I think sometimes like 7 seconds behind, and I didn't really want to know how much he's really now. So I was really focused on myself. And then I was asking sometimes where is the gap now, but yeah, it was just to be focused and being 100% yeah, on the lap times and the traffic yeah, focused. I think that was the main. That was also the reason why I told her to be quiet.
And the third time that you gentlemen have got your names on the tourist trophy, so that's absolutely wonderful. Moving on to second, Romain Dumas. Interesting day for you, Romain. At the start, some strong fights with Olivier Jarvis, and then got pushed around by the 67 Ford. Tell us about it.
Well, yes, that was a day today, right? No, I was okay. I mean, yeah, the start was a great battle with Audi. Unfortunately, I was not able to pass Oliver, so I was on the grass on the straight, but it was not on purpose. But Yeah, it was not a lot of room, we can say like that. But due to that, we damaged a little bit the front nose, and we were struggling at the start, for sure, after that. When the safety car came, we were able to change the front nose, and suddenly we found some speed, or better speed, and we were able to fight after with the car with Benoit, André, and Marcel. And yeah, unfortunately, the Ford, when I was have a nice fight with Benoit, the Ford, yeah, a little bit kissed me on the rear. But the target was to stay with them, because we knew we'd have to add less fuel at the end. So even with all this issue, the gap was quite small, so it was looking good for us. But it's a part of the race, what happened later.
Mark, moving on to you, middle stint for you. You suggested earlier that your race pace was a match for Audis, but maybe not necessarily better than. Just to expand on that point you made earlier in the media centre.
Yeah, I mean, it's just difficult for us. We haven't got the pace this weekend like our sister cars, so we struggle a bit in the race. But we were matching on average speed to the car 7. So we were in the fight, in the game for a long time for the race. I mean, overtaking is another story. It's just the cars have different speeds in different parts of the track. So this was making it quite difficult to overtake as well. And yeah, in traffic here at Silverstone it's always tricky, and so we saw that you have to be patient sometimes, but you know, sometimes it's just very close. But yeah, my stint was okay. Nothing too much to worry about, and now focus on Spa. I think we have to bounce back and make it better.
And Neil, you took the final stint, epic best lap from you, when you obviously had a bit of clear air to really pump in a really strong lap, so you get the fastest lap of the race. But also you pitted 3 times in the last hour. One with 2 wheels on one side, then 2 wheels on the other side, and then a splash and dash. Explain, was that strategy problems, or was that in the plan?
Yeah, it wasn't our day, I would say. It started in the beginning with the broken nose, no? Which changed it then at the full course yellow. There we lost already some lap time, I would say, or some performance. And then at the end, yeah, I was pushing, and it was just in traffic, it was always very hard for us, because we had good laps, and sometimes we lost 6-7 seconds. So I think we were not really lucky in traffic, because that's where we always, you know, we made up lap time and we lost everything in one lap. And that was quite frustrating at some stage. And concerning, yeah, I had a puncture just after the pit stop, and then I had to come back in, and that basically cost us the race. We knew we had to do a splash and dash. That's why at the end, when it was 7-8 seconds, you know, for me, there was no need to risk anything anymore here, because unless they have a big issue, nothing will happen. So we just try to bring it home from now on, because 50-60 seconds will not bring, or we will not catch them back.
Thank you very much, Neil. Moving on to third position, Stefan Sarazan. Was this a good day for you in terms of a debut for the new car?
Yes, it's a podium, so it's good. Toyota is leading the championship, I think, so it's not bad. In terms of performance, we were behind everybody. I mean, behind Audi and Porsche, but we improved during the race. The pace was not far at the end. We have good potential, but we need to improve everything for the next race for sure. But the car is good, so we will push until Spa, and everybody is motivated. We're on the podium already, so we'll see next race.
Mike, in that first stint, yes, exactly. In that first stint, both you and the sister car had interesting radio chatter about energy retrieval issues, both seemingly the same problems. What was going on?
The first stint was okay, really, not many issues, but just trying to get all the systems dialed in correctly and just maximise our performance. So, but in general, not too bad. Little battle at the beginning, and then kind of lost out some traffic. But yeah, all in all, today was okay. Good to get a podium. Showed about the other car losing all this bodywork and making a mess everywhere. But they managed to finish in the end. So good work from the team and the guys to get it back out there. So, but yeah, podium. It's good work from Steph and Kamui, and hopefully continue on.
Kamui, a very different experience to what you were used to in WEC with your GT program a couple of years ago. So, have you enjoyed your first race in LMP1?
Yeah, I think obviously we had really a great job from the team, and of course I think for me my first ever LMP1 race to overtake my GT.